The Faculty from 1998 is a sci-fi horror movie directed by Robert Rodriguez, and it stars Clea DuVall, Josh Hartnett, Jordana Brewster, Elijah Wood and a whole host of actors and actresses. Now The Faculty, this is an interesting one that I want to talk about because it came out in 1998, so it's been almost 20 years that this movie came out. It was unbelievable because this is one of the first movies that actually got me into horror movies as a teenager. Now unlike ensemble casts for movies, this was one of those ensemble movies that wasn't actually aware that it was one, and that was a good thing because it wasn't up itself. You understand what I mean? When you see movies like Ocean's 11 and Ocean's 12, you can just see that they're all in this movie. They all know that they're famous and they're all looking at each other as if to say, look at me, I'm more famous than you, or look at me, we're also famous. It's not like that. In fact, when the movie came out, there was only a couple of known stars, and almost 20 years later, everyone in the movie is still in the movie business, and they're all still doing their own thing, and they're all quite big still. This movie's got a simple plot. It takes other plots from other sci-fi movies of the 50s, 60s, 70s and 80s. Basically what it's about, if you've not seen it, is a group of teens who are at school and they've started to suspect that their teachers are from another planet, literally from what the trailer says, and they all go around and trying to find out which teacher is an alien and which teacher isn't. But it's not just the teachers that are aliens, the teachers are also taking over the students as well. So they're trying to figure out who it is. Remember, this movie came out in 1998, so it's from a time of Scream, Halloween H2O, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legend. So it's sort of like got that slasher feel to it as well, like whodunit movie. Now Robert Rodriguez, who directed this movie, he doesn't really stay in the one set genre, which I like. He done From Dusk Till Dawn, which is a kind of action vampire movie. It wasn't just an action movie, it wasn't just a vampire movie, so it was a little bit of a mix, and it was strange but good. And he does the exact same thing with The Faculty as well. It's like a sci-fi slash horror with a little bit of comedy, and it just feels so good. It feels right. It has ventured into other things as well, like Spy Kids, which again is probably good for kids, not for adults, but he seems to pick all different kind of genres, and again I do like that about him. Now going into the characters for this movie, there's actually so many characters that I actually love in this film, and I'm just going to pinpoint a few of them because there'll be too many to go through. Now it does set up a typical high school theme when you've got a jock, you've got a goth, an outsider, a geek, a renegade. You've got all those kind of people in the movie, but the way Robert Rodriguez directs this, you're actually caring for all of them, and you do like them all. Now Stokely, she's a bit of an outsider. She looks like a bit of a goth, and then some of the girls, again this is in 1998, they're calling her a lesbian and she's not really liking that, and they're basically bullying her. You've got the main star Casey. Well, he's one of the main stars. He is the geek in the movie. He's a photographer like me. He does the photography for the school paper, and he's in love, well we think he's in love with the most popular girl in school, and that kind of leads on to everyone in the class who don't like each other or know each other. They kind of intervene and they kind of get together to defeat the aliens. You've also got Zeke, which is another one of the main stars in the movie. He was played by Josh Hartnett. Josh Hartnett also starred in Halloween H2O, and the movies came out kind of back to back, and these were his first two movies that he was in. H2O being his first feature movie, it was introducing him to Hollywood, and then you had The Faculty a few months later. Now Zeke doesn't take any bullshit from anybody. When he suspects that the teachers are aliens, he just kind of goes after them, whereas the rest of them are kind of hiding. He doesn't believe it at first because the rest of them are all kind of open to it, but he's a kind of a realist. We've got Stan the jock. He's one of the popular guys in school. But he feels like his academics are getting in, he feels like his sports are getting in the way of his academics. So he kind of tries to tone it down a bit and become smart basically. Now like I said, there's too many stars to go actually through the whole entire cast, but I've just got to put one more mention out, and that's Robert Patrick. He kind of steals the show, to be honest. At the beginning of the movie you see him, he's kind of up for it. He's a coach and he's getting all the guys in the American football team up and ready for the next game, and he's a bit of a hard ass. And then when he turns into an alien, he's actually one of the first ones to turn into an alien in the school. He kind of tones down a bit, everyone else kind of tones up, but he gets more mellow, more relaxed, but again he's still a hard ass. With it being such a big cast, they still do manage to fit everyone in. You care for everyone all through the 104 minutes that the movie's actually on for. You do feel like you've got enough screen time for everyone. They've all got interaction between each other, and then for the finale, you're hoping for them to survive or hoping for them not to turn into the aliens. So before I rate this movie, guys, I absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite horror sci-fi movies of all time, but I will rate it as fair as I can as well. I'm not going to give it an A+ or anything like that, because it doesn't deserve it. In my mind it does, but overall I'll give it a score that I think it's kind of just worthy. So with all that being said, guys, I'm going to give The Faculty a B+. So for those of you who haven't seen The Faculty, you've got to see it. It is one of those movies that doesn't get a lot of recognition, especially nearly 20 years later. I don't know why, but for those of you who haven't seen The Faculty, I urge you to see it as soon as you can. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching again. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.